Greetings and Merry Christmas, Flesh Wound Horror Freaks. I am the Christmas Masterpiece, Flesh Wound Dan, joined by Producer Todd.
Good evening.
Bah Humpugs.
Namaste, Master Dan.
And Mike Kruger.
Ho, 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 bitch.
So, Kruger, let them know how Slashmas works, please.
So what we do for our 12 Days of Slashmas special is we rate and review a Christmas-themed horror film, and then towards the end of the show, we add that movie to a list compiled from our previous episodes and vote to eliminate one of those four films, leaving us with our top three Christmas horror films, aka our three final girls. And once we get to the 12th day of Slashmas, we will pick one of those final girls as our tournament champion. So with that being said, Todd, why don't you give us our Slashmas statistics and tell us what's up for contention tonight?
Thank you, Kruger. Eliminated thus far, ATM, 13 Slays Till Xmas, Wind Chill, A Christmas Sleigh, Puka, Elves, and Red Christmas. Up for our final girls are The Day of the Beast, Silent Night, Bloody Night, and Good Tidings. Up for elimination or up for contention tonight, we have Night of the Comet. Dan, why don't you tell us about it?
All right, so Night of the Comet is a 1984 film from writer-director Tom Eberhardt. And in this one, it's the first comet to buzz the planet in 65 million years. And everyone seems to be celebrating its imminent arrival. Everyone, that is, except Regina Belmont and her younger sister Samantha, two Valley girls who care more about fashion trends than the celestial phenomenon.
$15.
But upon daybreak, when the girls discover that they're the only residents of LA whom the comet hasn't vaporized or turned into a zombie, they'll do what all good Valley girls do. They go shopping. All right. So I'll leave it at that. Don't need to read the rest. So Night of the Comet, this was a big, actually a bigger hit than people remember. This made over $14 million on a $700,000 budget. So did quite well. And it was a busy release month. This came out right within a few weeks of juggernauts, Ghostbusters and Karate
Gremlins.
Kid.
Gremlins.
Yeah, Gremlins might have been a little bit, but
They were no, Gremlins and Ghostbusters were a week apart.
okay, yeah. So Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Karate Kid,
Fucking quality shit.
never ending story. All of that came out, but this still managed to make a very nice profit. The original title was Teenage Comet Zombies, which I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, I did too.
That's pretty cool.
Heavy inspiration from the films of the 1950s, sci-fi horror films of the 1950s. And the director, when he was actually working with for PBS, shooting some specials for them, he got a lot of his material for this movie by asking a lot of Valley Girl types at the time how they handle an end of the world type scenario. So I thought that was really cool. Also, a year
James
earlier,
Cameron research. Yeah, good job.
absolutely. This was also heavily, produced due to the surprise success of 1983's Valley Girl, which was a sleeper hit. So.
Cage.
A little bit of background on that. I also want to say the director made what I think is a very underrated 90s.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Without a clue.
No.
Really?
90s comedy Captain Ron. I don't dislike Without a Clue. I'd probably do a rewatch. That's been a long time.
I forgot to get Captain Ron.
Yeah, I always like Captain Ron quite a bit. I don't hear people talk about Captain Ron, which is weird. Martin Short, Kurt Russell. I mean, it's a funny movie.
Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China exists, sir. Yes, it's a good movie.
There is a little cult following. I do hear people bring it up once in a while.
Yeah. So Night of the Comet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Every time I rewatch this, I think more and more it's one of the more overrated 80s cult classics. I don't hate this movie by any means. I don't think it's anything special. I mean, it's fun. I get why people like it, but and it has a great cast. I mean, we've got Mary Warrenoff, who also works once again with Robert Beltran, who she worked with on Eating Raoul. Robert Beltran, by the way, Chakotay on Star Trek Voyager. Todd, did you know that? It's got an early
Already
appearance,
forgot it.
a young Michael Bowen, Kelly Maroney, Catherine Mary Stewart, who was in a legit 80s classic the same year, Last Starfighter.
You forgot the word cult, Dan.
Yeah,
That's a cult classic.
It's a great film. Yeah, cult classic.
Shitty film. It's a cult classic, though. It's not a classic.
Jeffrey Lewis. We got a really great cast here. I just,
What'd you say?
We have a really great cast here.
No one? You guys suck.
Huh?
I did his Devil's Rejects line.
Okay.
My bad.
You throw me off
You know
there.
what? I really don't go to Devil's Rejects for him. It is double impact for me. I'm off the show. Sorry.
Now you're just making Dan happy. What the fuck? I feel like
I'm being honest.
The greatest action star of his era.
Next time, lie.
Okay.
But anyways, and I eat up, end of the world, last people on Earth.
Yeah, but you have a problem with girls.
Like this. I love. Well, it wasn't just girls that survived this, but I won't mind.
I won't say what the other one is.
But I don't know. It's got a great soundtrack. Maybe that factors into it too. I just don't think it's a very great movie. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of chemistry with Robert Beltran and Catherine Mary Stewart, who, again, I love them on other things. I just didn't feel like a connection with some of the characters in this. And I don't know. The horror elements, nothing special. I can't say it's ever truly like made me laugh. I think maybe the beginning apocalypse might have been the highlight for me.
$15, man, that's a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, shit. Can't go wrong with that. You're not getting that for $15 now, or if you are, you're getting something.
Or you're just subscribing.
But I don't know. This one
with add-ons.
This one loses something every time I see it. It's maybe a good one for 80s, an 80s nostalgia fix, but I don't think this is a great film. I don't know.
But you're not going to argue it's not a fun film.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nothing special. It's nothing special.
Well, this is a cult classic, and I'm using the word right, Dan.
It is undeniable that it is. Any first-time watches? Whoever wants to tag in?
Yeah, actually, this was a first-time watch for me. I got it on like one of the Scream Factory sales one year for I think it was like $10 or $12 or something. So it's just been sitting on my shelf waiting for a while. But as a fan of Kelly Maroney, I was definitely looking forward to this. I do like the 80s feel. It's a total product of its time, and it has all that 80s cheesy goodness that you want those early 80s movies, especially with the characters. And I did like the two main characters, but Kelly Maroney playing Samantha definitely steals the show for me. The scene where her and her stepmom are trading stocks with each other
that was hilarious.
Before she gets socked in the mouth. Yeah,
did he say he didn't laugh earlier too?
He said he did.
Open your fucking ears, Todd. I said
masterpiece.
Pre-apocalypse was its peak. I thought that was funny.
And I actually kind of agree with Dan when it comes to that. Because once the apocalypse happened, I was kind of hoping for, I don't know, maybe a couple more zombie mutants. They aren't nearly as prevalent as I was expecting.
You like Dave Chappelle
to be in. God damn it, Pugs.
Sorry.
I'm never gonna get through my thoughts. God damn it. I did have some fun with it, but it's not anything like I'm gonna champion or probably watch anytime soon again. Maybe I would rewatch it like as a party movie or something like that. Maybe watching it with a group of people would be a little bit different. But yeah, just as a whole, I mean, it's fine, but it's not anything like I said that I could champion. And there's barely a lick of Christmas in this fucking movie. There's one fucking scene. There's literally one scene with a guy with a Santa Claus outfit and for like maybe 30 seconds, and then that's it. So it does take place on Christmas, but you don't get Christmas atmosphere really at
Other
all.
than the Christmas party.
Which
Yeah.
is shocking because they're at a store. There should be a bunch of Christmas stuff, or mall, I
Yeah.
should say. But
Yeah.
I'll
It was
concede for
84.
that.
They didn't give a shit back.
No, well,
It
some of
was
us don't
the
give a shit
Sherman-
now.
It was the Sherman Oaks Galleria. Who cares?
No. Well, for me, I actually do think it's a cult classic. I enjoy this movie. I grew up watching this movie, and it's actually one of my very good friends, Amy's all-time favorite movie, and we call her Monkey because of Congo. So, Amy, bad gorilla, go away. Yeah, she has a poster in her house. Like she's a big fan. I've always liked the movie. But I like teen like this. I don't want to sound weird here, but like
sweat it up.
why you gotta do that to me? Peacock Doc, you should watch it. I just like stories that involve like the younger. That even sounds weirder too. Like teenage girls, like Clueless. I fucking love Clueless. So this falls in line with that, like cast wise. But I just find it fun. Like I'm just hanging out with these two girls. The fucking fight scene in the beginning is hilarious. Homegirl loves the dude who's a projectionist. Like, come on, like she's awesome. There's just a lot to like, but I will concede to the Christmas stuff that's really not there. So
It's funny because every year I'm like, I know it's set at Christmas, and like my brain tells me it's time to watch it, and then I watch it and remember it's not a lot of Christmas, but yet it makes every Christmas horror list, even though it's technically a sci-fi movie. But it's one of those things where it's like,
it kind of almost feels like, oh well, I mean, I don't know when this actually shot, but like, oh, there's some Christmas shit up here. Why not?
I would just prefer Chopping Mall with some Christmas lights. It would be fucking awesome.
I mean, we're kind of getting that with Christmas, Bloody Christmas, but
here's my thing, and I was wondering while you guys were talking, because I also love it, Pugs. Is it? I don't know if it's well, definitely part of
member berries for sure. Yeah.
Well, yes, but is it also a California thing? Like we like.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Other people like Valley Girl annoys them, like the movie, the whole thing. Like you notice when we discussed it, we didn't really bring that up.
No, not at all.
But those two did because. So I don't know if that like changes it, like, and it's a very California movie. We're hitting California landmarks.
Dude, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah,
like my aunt works at those fucking court buildings.
Right. And I don't know if that plays a factor in our member berries, because everyone I know loves the movie, but everyone I know is in California. Basically,
I wouldn't say these characters annoyed me. I mean, again, I like the cast for the most part. I didn't think there was a lot of chemistry with some of them, but. Now Clueless, I will say those characters annoy me. I know it's purposeful and everything, but you know,
I don't think it is purposeful.
It's not.
They're not supposed to annoy you.
It's a fucking Shakespeare story. Like anyway,
they're not though, Dan. I don't think they are.
It's been a while. I haven't watched that in like 20 years.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna throw it on and think of a bunch of girls playing like 17 are not gonna annoy you, Dan. Come on.
But I don't know. They didn't annoy me here. And again, I don't hate this movie. I don't quite get it. Maybe you're right.
I don't have an issue with like I get everything you've said. I get everything Kruger said. But like I literally, as you guys were talking, it was coming out. I was like, if Pugs loves it like I do, it might be a California thing.
It could. I never thought that, dude.
If I got maybe like two more Dave Chappelle zombies.
Y'all get any more of that comment?
On that note, Kruger, what do you give it?
I'm a 2.5 out of 5.
Pugs?
I am a 4.5 out of 5.
Dan?
I'm a 2.5.
I'm also 4.5 out of 5. So there you go. Time for elimination. All right. Kruger, up for elimination is The Day of the Beast, Silent Night, Bloody Night, Good Tidings, and Night of the Comet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. Night of the Comet, especially for the sure fact that it doesn't really have much Christmas in it at all.
Fair. Pugs?
I don't want to do it. For the Christmas element. Well, go ahead, Todd, if you're going to go.
Okay, well, because I can't do it, so I'm going to go first. I'm only allowing one Mayor Warnoff title on this, and for me, it's Night of the Comet. So it stays. So I'm getting rid of the other one.
Wait, you're voting to get rid of Silent Night, Bloody
Yes.
Night?
It
Okay.
doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. So now you can go, Pugs. Now if he does it, he's being a dick.
No, I don't want to argue fucking that one.
I'm just doing it.
You know what? Good tidings. I vote good tidings.
Well,
Good
I'm voting out Night of the Comet.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. Our conscience is clear.
Right? We're both good. Our hands are not dirty. All right.
As painful as that is, but yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can yell at Dan and me this time.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know what you think about Night of the Comet, or Kruger and I off on this one. Do you love that movie? I'm curious to hear you weigh in.
And if you
Just
love it,
opinions. There's not really to be on or off. Right?
No, I'm
I
just
just-
curious.
no, I just want to know if you love it. Are you in California too?
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah. Always leave comments. We try and respond to everything, and that does help the channel. So even if you're in the chat, those comments do help engagement. So please do.
Yeah, this is day 9. We're getting to the end. Only
We are.
3
we
more
are.
nights.
3 more nights.
this bullshit is over. Fuck Christmas.
Oh, look.
Then we get
Come on.
our annual watch along of New Year's Evil.
Kruger.
Issues with the computer. We'll just replay last year's or whatever it was. There you
Oh,
go.
God,
You
oh,
could,
wait.
we can watch Terror Train instead.
Oh, the new one.
No, the old one. The new one. The new one's on Halloween.
Oh no, wait.
Yeah, he's right.
It is?
Yes.
The new sequel, the new one sequel is supposed to take place on New Year's.
How the
That's what I mean.
fuck-
That's what I was talking about. The new one. I was talking
How-
about.
how-
Oh,
How
Dan-
the fuck does that get a sequel?
Dan, we don't want to have that conversation on that.
All right.
we can
Let's
save it
just-
for
well,
the
anyways.
data.
Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and you really help us out. Christmas Cruelty, you're coming up to probably the wire now, so order that on Blu-ray right now if you want it in time for Christmas.
They got 3
And-
days, so
Yeah.
Good
Or you
luck.
can next day it. You can
Yeah.
really go.
yep.
It's worth it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is on Amazon, so
You can next day it, yeah. Also stick around for the rest of Slashmas and all our great Christmas shows. Check it all out. Good night, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. We love you.
Fuck Kwanzaa, apparently.
Well, I didn't name
I
some
didn't hear
other stuff
you.
too.
Just exclude
And
it.
happy
Festivus.
Right.
Happy Kwanzaa.
tell,
Good evening. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland.